television, it's very difficult to get away with an accent. Everybody says in America they want an accent, that's fine, but then when they hear the accent, they don't want the accent. They want very, very little accent because in television people get, it's too difficult for them to listen a long time to an accent. So that's why you would need to be able to speak English, and it's a good language to learn anyway to move around. But within Europe, there are very, very many co-productions, especially also of the low-budget films, where you don't need English, but another language, or where the language is less, let's say, less important, or with a different weight. The accent has a different weight, because in Europe we are more used to accents. We have very, very many languages, very, very many strong accents. For instance, in Italy, we have accents that sound like complete new languages. People from Torino don't understand people from Sicily and vice versa, if they really speak in their normal way of speaking. I don't know if that is similar in Greece. Is that similar? Like someone from Mount Athos and someone from, Crete? Okay, all right, well, and so this is Europe. This is also the peculiarity or the speciality of Europe, the interesting, the exciting thing of Europe, that it's full of countries, full of very, very different cultures, and therefore very rich also in the history or in the tradition, in the acting tradition in each country. Italy has commedia dell'arte, other countries are more into method acting, like in America. Not to speak of the Russians with all the stuff they have. So that's very rich, it's very interesting. But it also means there's a different mentality, and that is something that is very important when you do co-productions. Not just for casting, which I will get back to, but in general. For instance, one very, very big difference is you don't have this here, but many European countries who were communist ruled or socialistic ruled obviously had the state take care of the actors also, because it belonged to the work office, to the, I don't know what it's called, but the work office of that country. It was centrally organized. So there were no agents. Agents is a typical development from a capitalist country where somebody lives of the work of somebody else, okay? Now, with the fall of the Wall of Berlin and the opening and the change, of course, in the regimes in these countries, there are agents moving into those countries, and usually they start out with fashion, because fashion models travel quicker and earlier, but now also for cinema. So what happens in this different situation, that in the countries where there were no agencies, and I don't know if this applies to Greece, but there is a danger in certain countries that, I mean, there are dangers in every country, but now regarding this specific theme, there are dangers that, for instance, in Romania or Bulgaria it happened, I've been casting there, that when I was there were no agents, now there are, that actors, if production companies need those actors, then where do they go? Well, they go to a theater, or they go to somebody knows an actor, is married to an actress, and then gets that way into the thing if there are no agencies. So what happens is usually the AD, if they don't have a casting director from America, then it's the AD, the assistant director, who also takes care of casting historically, always did and still does. And then he gets the actors, and then the actors are chosen, are selected, are cast, and then they need to make a contract, and they don't have an agent, so the actor says to the casting director, please help me to get my contract. So of course the casting director, and you will be able to follow this, and you too, of course helps the actor, because we have an interest that that actor gets the part, and when he gets the part that he that he gets paid properly. So naturally, some actors ask casting directors, oh, can you please do this for me, and I will also pay you something. And this becomes a very, very big gray zone, because of course they are good people, but it's potentially a conflict of interest. And this conflict of interest has led to very, very terrible situations where some actors are completely dependent on some kind of production people who take bakshish money for getting them into production companies.
What exactly must be the structure of the show reel, so to be identified in a way? And I also understood that it's better to write only, not only one address, but more, or something like that. You said something like that.
Yeah.
Because maybe the audition takes place somewhere far away from the place that you live permanently. So
it's the occasion to write and to signal, to give information of everything that you can cover, everything that you can do. So your birth country and your address is not published, but the country where you live is published, and the nationality you have is published for that reason. But then there's also the field possible accommodation. That means if you have an aunt, like before your colleague asked me, she speaks Italian and she has friends in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, if she has friends in Italy and can sleep at a friend's house in Rome, then she should put in Rome. Because if I'm a casting director and I'm looking for a Greek actress, then she will come out, and if she writes that she has a possibility to live in Rome, then it signals for me, okay, that's the Greek actress, I'm interested in her, and plus, even if the company can't pay for her to come to Rome, she can sleep in Rome because she has a friend in Rome. You see, so it increases her chances. It's about using everything you do, everything you can is a possibility.
If I don't have an aunt in Rome, but I have the possibility to afford the hotel, so
well, then,
I can write in the...
No, then there's no field for that.
Oh, okay.
There's no field for that. But if your profile is so particular that someone who is looking for a Greek actress, then they contact you, and then when you are chosen, and they, oh well, she doesn't live, we have to pay, we can't pay to fly her in, then you can say, well, but I can pay for myself.
Okay, thanks.